If you guys have seen my last few videos about the opening range break strategy and the back tested results, I'm going to show you how you can use the free indicator that I created and set the exact settings that I'm using in the strategy so you can automate it using Ghost. Now, if you don't know what Ghost is, an automation platform that I built to go alongside QuantCrawler. So QuantCrawler is how I initially started doing AI analysis on charts to give you an expected direction, whether it's short, long, or if you should stay away, and give you a quick analysis based on the charts that it can see. So then I decided to build Ghost so I can complete the cycle here coming up in the very near future, where Ghost will automate AI analysis and blend everything together. But in the interim, Ghost works as a trade automation bot with TradingView alerts. So I'm going to show you exactly how you get everything set up so you can automate the opening range break strategy, and I will show you the back tested results of the ticker that I'm going to be working on. I just want to make one other point real quick. I have a strategy that I built that is exactly what I'm going to show you. And the only difference between what I'm showing you of how to set up here versus what I have is the strategy lets me see in the past to see what happened previously with the settings that I have in that strategy. That's the only difference. It doesn't have any other effect over anything except I can see what the back tested results are. The indicator works the exact same way. You just can't see the back tested results because it's not a strategy. If you want it to become a strategy, I will show you how you access the code off of the indicator and you can plug it into any AI model that you prefer and tell it to convert it to a strategy and it will do it for you. It's very easy to do and it's a really good skill to know how to do for future. So I'm not going to give away the strategy. It's very easy to do on your own. So here's what you want to do. Come over to TradingView and you can search this title right here, ORB plus Key Session Levels QC. It stands for QuantCrawler. It's the name of my profile. It'll come up in the indicator search when you're looking for this. Or you can just search my name, QuantCrawler, and it'll pull up my profile. You can see the three I have on there and you can grab this indicator. Here's what this indicator does. It marks out whatever time zone you select for the opening range that you want to look at. If for some reason you want to look at Asia Gold, you can do that. Set that to be your session and it will automatically mark it out for you so you don't have to grab your rectangle tool every day, drag and drop, find the candle. It just does it for you automatically. So it will establish your opening range and it will also visual only allow you to see the lows and highs of previous sessions based on your selection. So if you're trading Asia, you can see the New York and London previous highs and lows. It's all available in the settings. I'll show you where they're at. Or if you're doing New York, you can have it as the Asia and London high and low. So you then can establish if you want to do support and resistance. But in this one, we're specifically just talking about the opening range break. So I'm going to show you two different things. The opening range break indicator that we just added is this one right here, Orb Plus Key Levels version 1.2. This is the most up-to-date version of this indicator that you just saw in my profile. So I have a strategy built, and the only reason I have the strategy built is so I can see what happened in the past so I can test results. There's no difference between this indicator and the strategy I have. So here's a little side note. If you want this as a strategy, all you need to do is come right here to this source code. You can copy the whole entire thing and take it to any AI model you want and plug that in right here and just tell that AI model you want this converted to a version 5 strategy for TradingView and let it go to work. It's a really good skill to learn how to do. You can do it with any indicator that you can get the code on. So could I release a strategy? Yes, I could. Could you also do this? Yes, you could. It's very easy and it is something you should know and learn how to do. If you don't want to do that, this indicator is available to you, but the strategy is not being released. I've already done it and it's very easy for you to do yourself. Sometimes we got to do some things for ourselves. So let's open up the settings in the indicator and set an alert. That way you have that. Once we're done with that, I will then open up my strategy and show you the back tested results that exactly match what we're setting in the indicator so you know what the results are going to be like from the past that we're automating. So you come up here to the indicator and you open up the settings. It's right here, this little settings icon, and it shows you that this should default to this right here, the opening range break 9:30 and 15 minutes. So that means this is marking out the 9:30 to 9:45 candle on MNQ, the time frame we're on at 5 minutes. It's marking all of this out for you. So then right here, I have the midline showing just as a point of reference for me because I do like to watch that. So when we scroll down a little bit to this section, orb trade signals, you can see enable trade signals is checked by default. And when you hover over this, It fires ghost compatible alerts with stop loss take profit on the orb break. So that's what you want. Now, this breakout mode is this right here. This fired this short signal when it broke out below the zone and this candle closed and moved to this one. That is considered the breakout of the zone, and that's what this directly correlates to. If you want to do a different opening range break strategy, you just simply need to select Retest Zone. That would then fire this signal when it breaks out all the way down below and it retests this bottom part of the zone. You get that zone retest. So it would then fire your short to then go low. And you can see that would have also paid off slightly, but it would have paid off not as much as this one, but it would have paid off. Or if you don't want to do a retest of the zone, but you want to wait for the midpoint, that's exactly what you would think. Instead of sending the short signal here, it's going to send it when it gets to the midpoint, which never happened today. And then it would go down and it would enter your short if you have it set up for automation. So we're going to leave this on breakout because that's what's been in all the videos that I've been posting. The stop loss I have set to the opposite side of the zone, which is the very top here. So some people, they don't want that. If you want yours to be the midpoint, then just simply select the midpoint. But you're not going to have the same results that I'm going to show you on the strategy because mine is set to the opposite side of the zone, which is up here. And then, of course, if you want to do fixed points because you want to be really calculated, you select fixed points. And then right here, you need to put in your points. If you don't change it, it's going to default your stop loss to 20 points, send the alert, and close you out no matter what. So now on MNQ, I'm running 4 contracts with my take profit 1 at 0.6 and the close quantity at 2. So when TP1 gets hit, it's going to send 2 contracts to close out to Ghost and leave 2 running until it hits my take profit 2 at 1.1, and it's going to close out the final. I don't have a take profit 3, but you could if you want to. It's the beauty of it being your strategy. You can do whatever you want, but this is how I run it, and this is how I'm going to show you the backtested results as well. Everything below this section, this is all the alert right here. Everything below this section is visual only. So no matter what you change in here, it's not affecting anything with your alerts. And there's no way also to set up the alerts to be like, oh, I want to go off of the Asia low. I want it to put me in there. This is just visual. There's no way to do that. I'm not going to code it in. I'm not going to do any of that. This is just for the opening range breakout, break and retest, or break and retest of the midpoint. That's it. That's all you can automate. So I'm not going to go through these too much more. Let's set up our alert so you know exactly what you need to do, and then I'll show you the back tested results of this. So once you have everything set up just how we did right there, you right click on your chart and you click add alert on MNQ. Now, when you're in here, you select condition and you want to pick the indicator, which is this one right here. Don't touch anything else. Just leave it alone. You don't need to do anything. I'm going to show you this because this says any alert, function, or call. That ties directly to this section right here in the indicator where all of this is. That's being signaled off of this right here. It's coded in. You don't even need to touch it. If you touch this and you select this right here and the alert does not work, which it will not, there's nothing I can do to help you. Do not touch this. Do not change this. Do not do anything with this. These do not work, even though they are there. They're going to potentially be implemented in the future, but there's no timeline. There's no ETA. Please do not touch this button. Just leave it alone. The message, don't touch that either. It's already set up to do everything it needs to do when this alert fires. TradingView sends everything it needs to Ghost. You don't even need to touch it. You do one item right here. Boom. That's it. Don't touch the message. Notifications. This is where you input your Ghost webhook. So when you're in Ghost, you come down here to your webhook. You don't need to do anything with the messaging. You just simply need to copy this on whatever ticker you want to do. I'm in my MNQ settings. So another clarification here. If you are in Ghost and yours says MES settings and you copy that URL and you then come over here and put it under one that literally says create alert on MNQ, but you put your MES ticker in right here, what do you think? Where do you think that one's going? It's going to MES. Ghost is going to get this order and it's going to say MNQ, and this is going to be configured to MES. And it's either one, going to fire on the wrong symbol, which is going to give you the wrong results, or Ghost is going to reject it and say contract mismatch, and it's just going to reject your order. So if this section right here, your URL does not line up with where you're setting the alert, it's going to fail. So most people who are struggling with Ghost right now are using the exact same webhook on every single setting for every single alert they're doing. And then they don't know why it's not firing on the right one. And it's all going to one account. And that account is getting blown. It's because you have 11 tickers set up using the same URL, all firing the same thing to the same ticker, and you're losing that account. So each individual setting that you have in here has its own individual webhook URL. That's how you point it to different strategies. So once you've done that and you set your webhook correct and you have not touched the message and you have not touched anything other than this ORB plus key level selection from this dropdown, you then click create. And at that point, it's going. You're done. Let Ghost do its thing at that point. Your alerts are set, your indicator is set up, it's fine tuned, everything, life is good at this point. So that's how you fine tune the indicator to match the strategy I'm about to show you to see the back tested results. So just remember this right here again, zero point 0.6 on our TP1 for 2 contracts and 1.1 on TP2 for 2 contracts. I'm going to mirror that in the strategy and show you those settings. So here we are in the strategy, 9:30, marking out the first 15 minutes, opposite side of the zone for our stop loss, and we are at zero point 0.6 with 2 contracts and 1.1 for 2 contracts. I don't have a TP3 because all 4 of my contracts are already allocated for, so this doesn't matter. And then I have 4 contracts set right here. So when I click OK and I turn this on, it's going to add everything we just looked at on the indicator, but now it's a strategy so I can see the past. So right here from February 11th, 2025 to February 11th, 2026, this strategy set up this way made $26,977. It had a drawdown of $9,526. That means at one point, this strategy lost $9,526 at one time. So that means if you're using a prop firm account, you're losing accounts during this time because I don't know of any prop firm accounts that have a $10,000 drawdown. So this is not a set it and forget it. You just set it up one time and then in 365 days you're going to be up 27 grand. It does not, trading doesn't work like that. If so, everyone would be retired and that's all they would do. So there are some things you have to manage, like this lull right here. That's a drop. You have another big drop right here. You're losing money during this time. There's a couple ups and downs, but there's still stuff you have to manage. So don't expect that you're just going to set this up and at the end of the year, you're going to have 27 grand. There's still stuff you got to do. Now, there's 486 trades on the year. And over the last 365 days, it has a win rate of 63.17%, which is very good. The profit factor of 1.316, we always want the profit factor to be better. I would love it if this was 2. I'd love it if it was 50, but it doesn't always work that way. So, on that note, I am still fine tuning this. There are ways to make this better. So, I only say that because if I make a video right now today of these settings and then in a week I find something better and I change these settings and I make a new video on it, there will be someone somewhere that's going to go, I thought you traded this and I thought it was this. And it's like markets evolve and change. So you have to do that too. So right now, this is the best setting with the best win rate with a profit factor that I can find that's actively making me money. This is going to change just like the markets will. So you have to be open minded. You also have to be ready to change things as they come up. The orb is successful 6, 7, 8 months out of the year. There are definitely times you're going to see on this very next screen where the orb does not do super well, and it's just part of the market cycle. So, with that being said, here's the last 90 days. Look at this from no, this is December 2nd all the way through January 28th. You're in red. You're not having the greatest time in the world. You've made $6,600. Your drawdown is exactly like the 365. You suffered your biggest losses during this time. And this is at one time as well. This isn't collectively you lost 9,526. You lost more than that over the year. But at one time, this is the most you lost and you went into drawdown. There's 112 total trades during the last 90 days, and profitable trades still has a really good win rate, 64.29% with a profit factor of 1.27. Of course, we always want that better, but still it's better than a 1-to-1. You're making money. You're not having a ton of fun all the time. You're definitely having some big wins, but there's stuff you have to manage in trading. It's just how it works. So when you look at the last 30 days, you're really impressed. You're like, hey, $12,000, drawdown is 2,976. That's manageable. Total trades 42. Profitable trades in the last 30 days, 88.1% win rate. That's insane. 88%. Profit factor of 3.763. Now, if we could just get this to be for 365 days, we all would be retired. It would be fantastic. We would love it. Not going to happen, but last 30 days, this is pretty cool. And then the last 7 days, 80% win rate, 1.764 profit factor. You're making $2,114. Right here's a big loss. Right here's a big loss for your drawdown of 2,976. So that's the back tested results of 4 contracts on MNQ. And that's how you can use this indicator to automate your strategy. And also, again, you can come up here and take this source code right here. It's open source. I didn't hide any of this from anybody. You just open it up, Control A, and then paste this into any AI model you want and tell it to convert it to a strategy. It's very simple to do, and it is something that you should know how to do. It'll convert it to a strategy, and you may have to tweak it a little bit, but if you sat down 20 minutes and said, hey, this isn't working, if you get an error when it compiles, take a screenshot of it and post it into ChatGPT and say, this is the error. And it'll say, oh, there's the problem. Let me go fix it. And it goes and fixes it. You plug it in, and then it's good to go. So that's the opening range break strategy that I have been sharing with you. You can now go watch any of those other videos and set this indicator up the exact same way to match any of the other strategy videos I have showing backtested results and replicate those if that's something you want to follow in the future. But please remember, past results do not guarantee future outcomes. What worked in the past may not work in the future. This is not me saying this strategy is going to make you money. I would never say that. Just know I use this strategy and I am expecting losses. I always expect losses at every time. And if I do, I'm either right or I'm never disappointed. So I know that there's going to be losses. I also know that there's going to be wins, but you have to be realistic. You can see that over the last 30 days, there's a massively impressive win rate, but overall, December through January sucked, and you're going to lose accounts on prop firms and you're going to lose money during that time if you're a real live money trader on a live account. Either way, realistic expectations, understand that markets evolve and have to change. But for the time being, I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to make some money in the interim, and that's how we're going to operate.